Welcome back. In my earlier video, I had discussed about integral domain of a ring, and today I will discuss new type of algebraic structure of a ring. This is the ideal of a ring. Ideal of a ring is let R be a ring and A subset I is called left ideal, respectively right ideal in R if this subset is additive subgroup and this subset B, here this subset and this subset B closed under addition operation. An ideal not only closed by multiplication, it is closed by outside of the element of the ring R. Consider this is the subset I and this is actually closed by multiplication and this is closed by outside of the element of this ideal. Consider RB an element of this ring which is outside of this ideal. Then the rules of ideal is for any arbitrary element R be the member of ring and X be the member of ideal, then R times X will be the member of ideal. Similarly, X times R also will be the member of ideal. This is the left ideal and this is the right ideal. Where notice here small r be the arbitrary element of this ring and this is the outside of this ring. And if I is both left and right ideal in the ring, then we call I be two sides of ideal. Which is simply called ideal. Are you getting the idea of the ideal? Well, actually ideal of a ring is special type of subring, just like normal subgroup. We all of us know in a group, a normal subgroup A always divides the group into coset, and these coset always form a group, and it is called factor group. That means G is the inverse equal to A is where for all G belongs to capital G. But in a ring, coset always look like if I be ideal, then R mod I, which is denoted as small r plus I, where small r be the member of this ring, then this is called quotient ring or factor ring. Okay, and since R is a ring, R is an abelian group, and as I, which is ideal in this ring, always be subring, that means obviously it is abelian subgroup under addition, and as a subgroup of abelian group always be normal, then I be a normal subgroup of this ring under addition. That means R mod I under addition always be abelian group with respect to addition. Are you getting? Well, coset operation here, x plus I plus y plus I equal to x plus y plus I, and this operation actually same with addition notation, because in few minutes ago I have understood this coset operation same with ring with addition notation, and the multiplication here the operation is x plus I times y plus I equal to x times y plus the ideal I. As for example, if we consider Z mod 4Z, then this is actually contain this element 4Z 1 plus 4z, 2 plus 4z and 3 plus 4z. And multiply with 2 coset, consider 2 plus 4z times 3 plus 4z. This would be 2 times 3 plus 4z, and which is equal to actually 6 plus 4z. And we can write it as 2 plus 4 plus 4z, and 4 plus 4z be the member of this ideal 4z. That means this is equal to just 2 plus 4z. Okay? Are you getting the idea of the factoring? Well, now I'll see some ideal test. We all of us know ideal be at first suffering. So, for suffering test, if two elements be the member of this subset, then their multiplication always be this subset and their subtraction always will be this subset. Similarly, for ideal test, speciality is this rough suffering is a normal subgroup. Here, the ideal test is a non-empty subset A of a ring R is an ideal if two element x, y belongs to A, imply it is closed under subtraction. That means x minus y belongs to A, and if an element x belongs to this subset A and R belongs to R, then that implies Ax belongs to A and Xa belongs to A. This is the test of ideal. And when ideal not equal to whole ring R, then this is the proper ideal. But if any ideal contain the element 1, then if the element x belongs to ring, that implies x dot 1 always be the member of a subring A. This is the definition of ideal. Then obviously these will be whole ring R, because here the subset I contain the identity element. Now I will see some example of ideal. For any ring R has always two ideal, R itself and singleton set 0. And any non-proper subring of R is also an ideal. Now consider the ring equal to integer, then A equal to nz always be ideal for n greater than equal to 1. Let's see the proof. That means we have to show nz be ideal of integer. Consider two elements nz1 and nz2 be the member of nz. Then their subtraction by the definition of ideal nz1 minus nz2, which is equal to n times z1 minus z2, which always belongs to nz. Okay? That means difference of element of suffering is in the suffering. And we can write nz1 times k equal to, we can write it as n times z1k, okay, which is belongs to nz. Therefore, all property of ideal test has satisfied here. Now I will see one interesting thing. A suffering is generated by ideal us know cyclic subgroup which is generated by an element of this group. Similarly, for ideal, if R be a commutative ring with identity, then we denote the principal ideal which is generated by a single element A. Cyclic subgroup generated by A equal to set containing the AR where R belongs to this ring which is equal to AR, and since the ring is commutative, this is similar to RA. Actually, principal ideal is similar to cyclic subgroup. I have seen in few minutes ago in integer NZB an ideal which we can write it as cyclic subgroup generated by N. Okay? Therefore, this is the principal ideal. Now I will define new type of ideal, the set A of all polynomial with constant term 0, which obviously be ideal in polynomial ring because subtract of two polynomial whose constant term is 0 obviously would be this polynomial whose constant term equal to 0. And consider a polynomial with constant term equal to 0. Consider this is, if we multiply any polynomial px, then after multiplying with px, here also will be constant term equal to 0, and furthermore this is obviously be ideal, and this ideal furthermore principal ideal because it is generated by singleton set X. Now I will see one nice theorem. I will say principal ideal always be an ideal. That means we have to prove the definition of this ideal. We all of us know cyclic subgroup generated by A equal to set containing the element AR where R belongs to ring. For this, consider two elements R1A and R2A which belongs to this cyclic subgroup generated by A. Then by definition of ideal, R1A minus R2A equal to, by the property of distributive law in the ring, we can write it as R1 minus R2A times A, and which is obviously be the member of ideal generated by single element A. Similarly, if R be any arbitrary element of the ring, then R times R1A equal to, we can write it as R times R1 times A, and as R times R1 always would be member of this ring. Therefore, this is actually equal to the ideal generated by single element A. Therefore, the definition of ideal has satisfied here. Therefore, the ideal generated by single element A always be ideal of the ring R. Okay? OL. Now I will see new type of ring, ideal generated by A1, A2 up to N, which is equal to set containing the element A1 R1 plus A2 R2 up to AN Rn, where R1 R2 Rn belongs to ring, and this is actually the ideal generated by A1 A2 AN. But this ideal not be principal ideal because principal ideal always generated by single element. Are you getting the difference? OL. But if the ideal generated by two things. Consider generated by A and B. Now my question, is this ideal is principal ideal? I don't know, because if we can write this ideal by singleton set C, then obviously this ideal would be principal ideal. But generated by two things may or may not be true. It is principal ideal. Okay? Now consider the ideal generated by t and t square plus 1. This is actually the polynomial divisible by t and t square plus 1. This polynomial can be written as t cube plus t or anything which is multiple of t cube plus t. That means 5t to the power 6, t square plus 1 to the power 12, as like. Those polynomial which cannot be written by t cube plus t or any multiple of t cube plus t will not be belongs to this polynomial. Therefore, actually intersection of this ideal would be t cube plus t, and this ideal be principal ideal which is generated by single element t cube plus t. Are you getting the idea? Well, now I will say polynomial of two variable which is written as summation kl from 0 to infinity akl x to the power k times x to the power l, where akl belongs to this ring R, has a finitely many non-zero. If we consider ideal generated by x and y, which is written as xy times gxy, such that gxy belongs to rxy. This is actually the sum of ideal generated by x and y. That means if we consider the polynomial x square plus y cube, then this polynomial belongs to this ideal. Here this is ideal, because this polynomial can be written as x times x plus y times y square. So this polynomial belongs to this ideal. Similarly, if you consider the other polynomial x square plus y plus xy square, this always be member of ideal, because this is written as x times xy plus y times xy. Okay, that means this is belongs to ideal. Then the polynomial who is divisible by both x and y, then this intersection will be just xy ideal generated by x and y. Then this ideal not be principal ideal, because intersection of this ideal is ideal generated by xy. Okay, and this is not principal ideal because it does not generated by single element. Today I will stop here, but I will highly recommend you please see this video with pay attention, because this topic is very important to know the structure of ring theory in better way. See you soon, and stay safe and stay positive always. And don't forget to subscribe my channel.